Recently, I started a number of training videos. As requested, this one is about using your own body weight and a suspension trainer for gaining strength. I'll go right into the exercises in a second, and I won't repeat why I show this and what this is good for. For this kind of information, you should watch my previous videos, which I gathered in a playlist that I will link at the end. So here is some of the fundamental stuff in suspension training, which involves large muscle groups and uses a pull pattern as well as a push pattern. This is your foundation. The possibilities of what you can do in suspension training are numerous, but stick to these simple ones first and make them your main exercises. So here's a basic push. Get in a starting position which would enable you to do 15 to 20 repetitions. Now, here's the trick. We want maximal intensity for maximal results. You can make suspension training very hard by slowly grinding through the movement. It should take about 5 seconds one way, and you exhale while doing it. Don't slip a gear when you do the movement. Slow and steady. We don't want momentum here. If you are able to perform more than 5 reps, you are doing it wrong. When you grind through the movement, it feels like a ton of weight. Let's have a look at the basic pull. You start by pressing your scaps together and you stay firm and straight throughout the movement. Unfortunately, the floor was a little slippery in the gym, so I had to bend the knees slightly. At the end of one repetition, you release the tension completely. Then inhale, build up the tension again, and start your next rep. Even here, you want to grind through the movement. In general, it is very important to train symmetrically. For this, it could be helpful to learn the names of the muscles and get an idea of how they work, so you know what you're doing when working out. If you do push-ups, you will have to perform some kind of pulling exercise as well. Otherwise, you will develop a muscular imbalance that will also show in your posture. The third exercise I want to show you is another important pulling exercise. Here, we don't need to grind through. In fact, I think it would be impossible for most of us. So we have to use some momentum. Basically, you do 3 positions. Pulling overhead with arms as straight as possible, then 45 degrees and then 90 degrees. It is tougher than it looks, so try to find a body angle that suits your level of strength. In the end, you really keep your tension and pull with straight arms down to your sides 2 times. Overall, a good starting point would be 3 sets and 3 to 5 reps for the basic push and the basic pull, and 3 sets of this last pulling exercise. When it comes to the legs, suspension training is very demanding, so instead I propose the single leg squat. You could use a chair or a bench for this. Place one foot on it and perform squats with the other leg. When you get stronger, you could add some dumbbells to increase your weight. You could do this with a suspension trainer too, but as I said, I think this is more for the advanced athletes. The advantages of suspension trainers is their versatility. They are small and portable, and you can do a lot of exercises which will make you much stronger if you are training the right way. Leave a comment how you are proceeding, and here's the playlist I promised. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.